Hey everybody, welcome back to Vampire. I said we were gonna go back to try and find this disciple in the cemetery. So let's start there, and then we're gonna go back to the hospital. There's a bunch of people that I'd like to be curing. Actually, let me check if she's on this list. I don't think she is. Actually, I think she might be. Let's have a quick chat. The idea is to try and cure as many of these people as possible before we rest. We're gonna have to rest at some point, but let's get into this and then we'll go back to the cemetery.
I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
I have her confused with somebody else.
You don't seem to need my medic.
Whoops. Her and the,
goodbye.
Let's call her the Lady of the Night, look similar to me, at least from a distance. So, whoops.
There's one of them.
I wonder if I can just avoid him. Whoa. I'm pretty sure he just shot me through the wall. We're about to find out. Okay.
Remorse and pain.
What the hell?
When binding you to the earth.
My maker.
You. I remember you.
What? No way.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this
Okay,
creature.
did not expect this to happen.
What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones and blackened soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat
My champion.
the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
Why am I not surprised that he talks in riddles? I wonder if that could just
I've
happen
had enough of others making decisions for me.
anywhere for us.
Pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know.
Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind?
Could be.
Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Okay, so maybe that just happens here where we're supposed to, like, go back to the hospital. Where is the... I guess we'll take this guy down. Easier said than done. Down. That was quick. Jeez. This is working great. Come on now. There we go. Can't wait till, like, when we start leveling up, we're gonna be punishing these guys. We're doing all right, all things considered. That was uncalled for. Rogue skull. The blood trail seems to like comes and goes. Cause I think this is the one that came from the I don't even know what to call it. Ooh, Samuel. Okay, I think that's where we want to be then. Let's go look for it. Come on.
As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
No, he doesn't. Got him. What is that move that he did there? Okay, a diary from him. Father Whitaker is so righteous, so full of compassion and love for the suffering ones. His words are all the city needs. Tonight, I gave him all I have, my strength, my faith, my wealth. And if it's not enough, I know where to find more. 5 days later, Father Whitaker and I went to an abandoned house near St. Mary's Church. It was an awful and smelly place. Rats were disputing the rooms in the last remaining residents of the decrepit flats. Most of them are sick. Awful, awful odors. On the last floor, Father Whitaker found an old man lying on a dirty mattress, coughing and spitting blood in a wooden bowl. Father Whitaker knelt before him and prayed a long time. The man seemed to feel better, and we both helped him find the light. I cried, then I cry now. I cried then, and I cry now as I write these lines, for I've never seen a soul so relieved to be finally redeemed. Father Whitaker is a saint. It's not presumptuous nor a sinful expression of pride. I wish to be able to save as many souls as he does, for it's a real privilege to witness such miracles. And then, a couple days later, tonight we both went to the whorehouses boarding the canal. I must admit I was very afraid to cross the path of Jezebels, but the buildings were abandoned for a long time. Whores and infections go together, explained Father Whitaker, but their customers quickly get scared when there is mention of disease. In the last brothel, we found 2 sick women sleeping together in a sinful attitude under dirty blankets. The odor was awful once more. The smell of Satan and of the disease, explained Father Whitaker, before kneeling and praying for these 2 lost souls. Women were so frail and sick, they were not able to move when I threw the petrol on the blankets. Their souls are now cleansed and purified? What the frick? Father Whitaker is a saint. I won't let anyone mock the holy man he is. He shall receive more help and support, but as all the true prophets, he is alone. He needs more from his followers. He needs love and proof of love. Tomorrow I shall go back to the cemetery and unearth more wealth for him. The dead have no need for the terrestrial goods. So he goes with these guys, with this priest, Father Whitaker, burn these people alive, and he digs up graves to give them money. Tonight, for the first time, it was my turn to lead the round. I chose to return where we went 10 days ago to see if any more souls need to be freed. Father Whitaker approved my choice since the good man's work is never finished and Satan never sleeps, he explained. He also said, if I keep showing so much zeal, he may soon give me more important missions and tasks. I can't wait. 3 more souls have been cleansed from any corruption tonight. If it's not presumptuous nor a sinful expression of pride, I dare say we are on the path to greatest. We are one... I dare say we are one... a path to greatest? So hold on a second. Whitaker. Already killed several sick people during his crusade to cleanse the city. Wants to cleanse the epidemic by fire, which we now know exactly what that means. Believes the vicar of St. Mary's Church, Joseph Larrabee, is preaching a false faith. This guy's crazy. This guy's nuts. And he's level 5, but when I can, he's gonna taste great.
I have this.
Let me tell you.
For blood.
Okay. Let's get out of here. We'll leave that guy. Ooh, hello. New collectible, holy symbols. If you face a vampire, never forget they fear holy symbols as long as you have the faith. Oh. A cross of Star of David or olive branch even can prove useful to repel these creatures from the pit, but you'll not harm them for good. If you really want to hurt them, only one solution exists. Forget about wooden stakes or silver bullets and find yourself the strongest weapon against vampires, Orichalcum. Do you think it's a coincidence that Orichalcum was common in Atlantis? According to the legend and ancient writings, Atlantis was infested with vampires, and the place is now known as the Santorini Island. I'll personally pay 10,000 pounds to the man who can provide me some real Orichalcum. So, I guess maybe that explains why sometimes the crucifixes work and sometimes they don't. I'm gonna go back to Whitaker. And I guess... Whoa. I guess it's just a matter of, like, the wielder. Damn it. That jump they get is, like, always catches me. And so if the wielder, like, believes or has faith, then they can repel us, kind of thing.
Shouldn't you go?
Maybe later.
Okay, yeah, so she's still chilling.
Shouldn't you go back?
Whoops.
Maybe.
Likely we have to kind of progress things before anything's gonna happen with her. I'm sure Whitaker's gonna, like, give some great reason as to why he does the things that he does this way. I'm not buying it. Okay, let's double check the map here. So we need to head... We kind of want to go back and around through this hospital area. We did this path in a bit of a different way before, but...
I said stay away, sir! See the bloody close? It's on the top!
I gotta get that one that's far here, I think. No! There we go.
Murderous bosses! Watch it!
It's way better fighting these guys than any of the beasts or skulls that we see. Okay, so we're gonna go left here and then around. There's this weird bug that happens when you come out of a menu where you, like, don't have directional control. So, like, we leave the menu sometimes and I just, like, have to stand there. It's really bizarre. Okay, so back through the hospital area. We're gonna go basically straight ahead here. And I think when we do level up, definitely gonna take a lot of stamina. Definitely some damage from the biting, because we tend to do that a lot. Like this? Like 50 damage or whatever it is? Yeah, it's just nothing. Okay.
Get them weapons ready!
Oh, the big boy's behind us. Ooh, oh yeah, this thing.
Lord, give us beast must die! Only leave! The power of the Lord commands you! Back, demon! Back!
Come on now. What is this area?
It's locked.
That's bizarre.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, we'll go around. Make sure that we're on the right track here. Yeah, we'll have to go around the long way. We go back through here? Yeah. What's going on here, gents?
You again? What do you want this time?
Is there anything new with him? It's healthy.
Have you recently...
She's doing good work. I saw her yesterday and told her she could call on me if she ever felt threatened.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So she's still doing things.
Goodbye.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
I appreciate it. Okay, he's fine too.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What's Joe's story then?
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
Fair.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug.
Nobody will be fool enough to stand against a wet boot boy.
Okay.
Do you have any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I guess what she does for people makes it all right in the end.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Wait, hold on. I actually want to check
You never...
what he sells again. And I have a bunch of, I have a bunch of this stuff back home that I need to break down. So there might be some of these things that we need to buy, but until I break down all the stuff that I have, it doesn't really make sense for me to do it. Like, see, I have some of this stuff here. I don't know exactly what it's going to turn into. So let's, we'll hold off on that.
I know it's
All right.
hard to believe, but this district...
Crazy Crusader, Mr. Whitaker.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So,
Okay
are
then.
you still lost in your rational delusions?
Me. Hold on here.
Why did you send Samuel to the cemetery, Tobias? What did you see there?
I sent him on a vision. A dream of a dreadful and laughing queen covered with blood, sleeping with the dead and feeding on the fear of the dying.
Yeah, I don't like
A
him.
laughing queen dressed in blood. Tell me more.
This epidemic is her feast, the announcement of her return. Against her, science is no more than a child's toy.
Reminds me of
Who is
Littlefinger a bit.
She is the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. She is Babylon, drunk on the blood of the saints.
What are you on about?
Why did you send Samuel to...
I sent...
You sent a man to die because of a stupid vision. I have heard enough of your nonsense. Goodbye.
I'm back.
Good evening, Mr.
It's Father Whitaker.
Tobias Whitaker. Confess why you burnt those people alive.
He's gonna have some like
I have
altruistic
done what
religious
no
reason.
one was ready to do.
Yeah, of course.
I will smite the flesh of the unclean to protect the righteous.
You are just another heartless murderer, exploiting the epidemic to kill with impunity.
No! No. The only way to contain the spread is to strike at the source itself. The proliferating sick.
All right, he's now at the top of my
You're not
eat
the
list.
savior of London. You're just a glorified sadist.
I take no pleasure in this awful cleansing, Dr. Reed. I am only driven by the thousands of innocents I save each night.
Oh, right. The thousands of innocents.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst.
I like how he
should
still
already
pays
have
us.
come back. He is dead, isn't he?
Yes, he is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Your disciple, Samuel,
Surely he
stole
knows.
from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
Tirelessly. So what's the last one? Crusade is funded by his apprentice Graveding. Yeah. I have no reason to keep this guy around. And if my mesmerize level was high enough, he would be gone right now.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
He actually disgusts me.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true,
I
then
think,
he will
I don't know
be
if it's
my
fair to say he
burden
used
to
him. I think they
bear
used each
during
other.
This endless night.
Hey, is there anything else in here?
What do you mean when you say...
All
he told us this
scientists
before,
are
I think.
entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking
love that.
answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well,
Yeah, so
I
we've been
suppose
through
I can
this, I think.
spare a few minutes listening.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
I have heard enough. Goodbye.
All right. So that's the Holy Crusade done. Now, let's go back to...
You look so pale, my lord.
Oh, here.
Would you like me to revive you?
Yeah, because she's got something going on, doesn't she? Pretty sure this is her. Yeah.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind?
No, I have not
Mr.
changed my mind, Christina. Ooh, we have a scarf. Interesting. Let's do the
you need any
checkup.
assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
It's on the house.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. We also found this scarf.
Could this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hint failed. Okay. Not sure why. Hint failed for Darby. What the?
What do you know about...
That woman is a saint. She's living proof that a strong will is sometimes all you need to make a difference.
So, this would have unlocked something about
Goodbye,
that
miss.
investigation, I guess.
Take care of yourself.
And maybe I
as
should have
best
given
you
it
can.
to Darby?
Don't know what. Like a secret or a plot. I
Speak
must.
of the devil.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I don't think we're gonna have anything. Oh, here.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Okay.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I'll never know what goes on in that place. But as long as people are getting better, I'll stop investigating her.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
I should have actually checked his too. Oh, he actually does need something. He's recovering. Alright, so he's fine.
Would you like me to revive you?
No, I'm good, thank you. Ah, there we go. See if we can make it through here without too much trouble. Okay, we can sneak past them. Once we cross the bridge, everything feels way better. It's like... Who's this guy? Another doctor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague,
Rakesh.
sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir.
Oh.
I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
Oh,
What do you mean?
okay.
You used to be a doctor. Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago.
Oh, no.
You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. all gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
Okay, so he's not afraid of death since he serves as a medic. Fine. That's all good.
How did you get this job?
I wonder
After
if, like,
I left the army,
so for other people
I
playing
worked as an undertaker down
that are a
by
little
the
bit
dock.
more savage and eating
A dangerous
everyone,
place with many an unpleasant business there.
like somebody like this, why would
Milton
you ever
Hooks helped me get a
consume
job
him?
here.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
Probably
It was
space.
for sanitary reasons after
Oh.
the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Okay.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying,
Do
you believe
I
in
love our
life
tone
after
change
death,
when we do this.
No.
Since you're not afraid
I
of
believe
dying.
we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
do you think you would enjoy immortality
What? Why are we asking him
as
this?
a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me
Good outlook, actually.
is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
Yeah.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidama.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Okay,
Please
let's see
show
what
me
he's
what
trading.
you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But
Oh,
I'm sure
curios.
they can be useful.
Okay, so he sells opium here. Okay, so he sells a bunch of, like, medical ingredients. Okay. So this could be good for some of our cures. Now we know where to come.
More bodies will arrive and then sadly depart. I'm managing a train terminal.
I'll just take your own opium. And I'm guessing, so we see
It's
a lot of
locked,
these
all
locked
right.
chests, and because we haven't consumed anybody, I can't prove my theory, but I have to imagine that those are... the key probably belongs to the people whose houses those are in
It's
or whatever, and so
locked.
after
It's
we
locked,
consume
all right.
them, maybe we would get something out of it. Or maybe we get the key and then get something out of the chest. Hello, sis. How are things in the big city? Here in Brum, things are not so good. It seems the flu is here again, and we have many new cases of infection in the neighborhood. Do you remember Miss Scheller, the old drinking hag from the 3rd floor? She passed away 2 days ago, and her flat is already occupied again. Geez, you would have to pay me a huge amount of money to go sleep in the bed in which a woman died of the flu just a few hours ago. Sorry I did not take time to quickly answer your last letter. Between taking care of little Paul, Mom, Dad, and my job at the factory, I rarely find time to write to my favorite sister. By the way, my son says hello to his Auntie Pippa. You should see the little bugger. Already driving me mad, and Mom says you bring back some of those marvelous cakes next time you come home. In your last letter, you told me that you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke factory. Wait. In your last letter, you told me you thought about quitting your job at the Pembroke Hospital. I have to tell you, Pip, you better think twice. So this is Pippa Hawkins that we're talking to. There are always jobs at the factory, but wages are shit, and it's boring as a day without a shag. Oh, I do have a new fiance, and no, I'm not a slut, you moral bitch, you. So if you really want to quit and do something more useful than counting dead every morning, maybe you better stay in London and join that band you told me about. The Guard of Priven, or something like that. Oh. Oh. Not a band, per se, but a band, the Guard of Priven. Never heard of them. But if they are, like you said, some sort of civil militia trying to make a difference, then maybe it's a good... So she wants to join them. Maybe it's a good choice for you. Just be sure to let the others go in front. That's how poor Billy got killed in France by leading too many patrols. Bloody war. Anyway, come back as soon as you can and give me all the good news before that. I'm your affectionate sister, Lucy, Paul, Mom, and Dad. Interesting. So Pippa's thinking about quitting the hospital. These guys are a couple, and she saves bed for people that can pay. And not only quitting the hospital, but she wants to join the Guard of Priwen. So that's interesting. Oh, who's this?
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital.
Looks like us.
My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the God.
Like a brother
Leave
or
him,
something, like
Jonathan.
very similar. What the hell?
This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned.
Uh-oh. We'll be seeing him again.
By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control.
Yeah, you could say so.
Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse.
Is she the
Blood
gossipy one?
everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
I can help him.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
Yeah, somehow.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks.
Yeah?
It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Priwen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that
So is
could
that what
mean for
McCollum
us?
was? Part of the Priwen guys?
Do you really believe they would come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCullum is a fanatic.
I guess so.
The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Yikes. Okay, so I interrupted an argument in Edgar Swansea's office after I came back from my sister's funeral. A man was there, Jeffrey McCollum, leader. Okay, he's the leader of the Guard of Prewin. He presently suspects the Pembroke Hospital of vampire activities, and he's right. He immediately recognized me for what I truly am, a vampire, but he was not here for me. Sean Hampton, the man I saved from William Bishop's appetite, has turned into a skull and escaped the hospital after killing another patient. As the current administrator, Dr. Swansea fears for the sanctity of his hospital. Since I was the one who let the murderer Sean Hampton enter the hospital, I will retrieve him and restore the Pembroke's reputation. I must act quickly if I want to protect any mortal who may cross Sean Hampton's path to the East End docks. Okay. Well, that's going to be tough. I think we're going to have to rest here.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
So maybe, hold on. Let's visit our place first. We'll disassemble some of this stuff that's been sitting here. Oh, look at all this. Look at all this. Okay, now I wonder, do I have enough to make... If I can have like one of everything, I'll feel pretty good. You just need opium for neuralgia, but I don't think we've seen that one yet. Fatigue is the most common. I have 2 for the cold, 1 for bronchitis, 1 for pneumonia. So that seems all pretty good. Let's make another serum here. And we have... And we need good handle parts. Seems like we might have to wait till later or maybe buy them. Just refill everything. Okay, I am gonna rest here. We have a whole bunch of XP to use. Hopefully this doesn't make things too crazy. Now, this is actually kind of a tough call because, like, you want to invest in new things. This is level 10 here, which will happen after this. I think let's buff up our Shadow Mist damage. These are expensive, too. You can see, like, the not consuming people makes the XP, like, super rare. So we can do... We'll maybe pick an ultimate here. What is this one? Let's actually just read each. You lose control and let the beast take over. The beast teleports itself to all enemies and strikes them with furious blows. 200 damage. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet, coming to life. The shadow interrupts an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage, so 600 shadow damage. And Blood Cauldron. You'll focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode, dealing damage to the target and anything nearby. That's good, too. Man, these are all good. I kind of like this one because you can deal with a large number of enemies. This is good because it also hits a bunch of enemies, and it kind of pairs nicely with where we use Shadow. So we can use like our poison stuff, and then the Blood Cauldron. And it does damage around too. Got it. Okay, and then we're gonna go into... I don't even know how much more we have, but... Let's grab a couple points in this. And then do we have... Endurance? I don't know if we have any left. I do, yep. That'll be about everything, I think. We could maybe go for, like, some extra health, potentially. 600, nope. Probably the same there. Let's do this. More bullets. All right. So now we're leveled up. Fights will be a bit easier. And we have some new abilities. Disappearances. Reports of mysterious disappearances have escalated in the past weeks. It has reached the point where witnesses have to queue before recounting their testimonies to an officer. Although this phenomenon appears to be a nationwide occurrence, the statements of the last 24 hours have converged around a single area in the country, Whitechapel. Yes, once more, the despised and loathed East End is left for struggle on its own. Continuously overlooked by the authorities, even while numerous families from this district report the unexplained disappearance of relatives and neighbors. What has happened to these missing individuals? Where are they? The only link between them seems to be their health and their need for urgent medical attention. Till recently, it was a local secret that the only place to get help was a discreet dispensary managed by unidentified Good Samaritans. That place seems to be closed and no one has any news from the facility. Did the missing persons go to a more secret place? Have they been discreetly moved to a more official service? One day soon, that's London City Council's Board of Health will have to answer for this new mystery. So that means your choice concerning the community pillar have been reported by the press. So, okay. So she's missing. Wow. All right. Interesting. And that's how these things change. So, huh. Interesting. And so Hampton here, we're gonna have to go and revisit him because let's review once more. Right here. Who let the murderer Sean Hampton enter the hospital? Yeah, this will be interesting. So now we gotta go, we're going back to that original area, which is good because there's a bunch of people there that we haven't met. I think that probably makes sense because we were thrown into these next sections pretty quickly. This guy we have a cure for. Clay Cox, remember him. Oswald Thatcher, headache, we have that. Dyson Delaney, fatigue, we have that. So this will be interesting going back there, but yeah. I'll take a break here, and then when we return, we'll head to the East End docks and see how we do. Wish me luck, guys. We'll see you soon, okay? Take care. Bye.